You know, you like your mama, no type of shit. Hopefully, you don't get no smoking, you just want some money. I was sending it to my own just like it will happen. I was losing you was somebody not the because people was the same way, smaller dollars. The phone like that around. You know, anything touch my way, you know, my vision. I try to make my lifestyle, you either one or one. You just see the go back, see the future for your mind. Stay out of my way, watch what you say. I'm not going to grudge. Person, you would say, right off the Gary Johnson. Yeah, see me through like beef and all recording, but it's moving through the time, smoking the purpose, not the times. I let the world see how we coming, this shit, not the country. I'm ready to have it, then I find out we no longer friends. Problem, y'all get a little money on the program coach. Hey, I got a video I'm about to drop right in like another hour or so. I told people 3 months ago when everybody was talking about this Melly AI. Well, the video of Melly being on FaceTime in jail was AI. The court just confirmed pretty much in so many words today before his bond here tomorrow that video was real. That was a real video. And I did a video on this 3 months ago because even Spoon Daddy, I said Spoon Daddy, even Julie's father was like, he think that video is AI. And I'm like, no, I don't think that video AI. I think that video real. And when I did my video, it was on the strength of looking at how, okay, if you ask somebody that's been in jail before, like my dad been locked up. My dad did prison time, a lot of jail time. I used to watch my daddy come home, would go in. My dad would be like caramel complexion, like brown skin, because he ran the streets. He was a hustler. He was a drug user, like just a whole bunch of shit. But he'll go sit down and go to jail for probably like 3 months, 6 months, go do a bid for like a year or two. And when we go visit my daddy on the weekend and shit like that, man, my daddy looked like a totally different person. He was bright skinned, like 2 shades brighter, lips went darker, like the way that he articulated himself. We saw like a sober version of him, a person that really just been sitting down like politicking and just disciplined. Then slowed down a little bit after he been running the street so long. So when I seen the Melly video and his skin complexion and people like, that's AI, I'm like, no, just you gotta think this dude been in jail for like 7, 8 years. So anybody sitting behind a wall for that long in solitary confinement for that long, your skin complexion gonna change, your mannerism gonna change, everything about you gonna change. I looked at that video and I instantly knew that was Melly. He had just went to court like like a couple, like a month or so before that, and everybody was talking about his gestures, like his mannerism in court, because he came in looking fragile as shit. So the same way he was acting in court, if you just look at that video, that little FaceTime, that man, identical. And it's just crazy now. If this is what they talking about, because I'll show it to y'all. The one that just got in here, like I got a video that I'm working on right now where Broward County basically is about to add this FaceTime call into the supplementary discovery to get his bond provoked. There it is right there. Video of defendant FaceTiming from jail. And then all that other stuff up there that they got when they talking about the timeline summary of events, shit like that. Like that stuff is basically saying that Melly has been getting in trouble and doing stuff behind the wall the whole time he been in there. The contact log report, jail mail, kites, like all this stuff. Like this, man, dude, fried, man. He fried. So he had a phone this whole time. Exactly. And man, you think his mama didn't know that? You think some of these content creators that like Melly Bias and shit, especially the one from Florida, man, all this stuff is a game, bro. They still playing the game. Even with that gang enhancement shit. Why you think people like 1090J, when he was so hell bent on bragging on like that shit had got thrown out the way that it did? Because that was finna be a whole domino effect in Florida, where like with that blood shit, where it was gonna get bigger than the stuff that Melly got going on. That was gonna open up a portal of a whole lot of shit. So, man, it's a lot of stuff that I be want to touch on and want to talk about. His mama Dawn, she just did an interview. Go look at my video I did on it.
I just posted a video a couple days ago where I broke that down. Because I don't know who talking to her, advising her to do this type of shit, but somebody need to tell her to sit her ass down somewhere and just chill the fuck out. Because for one, lady, you involved in this shit. So it'll be different if Melly mama didn't have no ties to none of this shit. She just innocent. She like the Catherine Jackson of the whole shit, Michael Jackson mom. She ain't got no bullshit ties to nothing whatsoever. She just a mom. Then you can understand like her advocating for her son and shit like that. But lady, you like the first person he called after all this shit went down. And they saying that you left your job, hauled ass, and went straight and picked them up. And part of the narrative being that Melly wasn't there when Borland went to the hospital and all that shit, like you started it. She started. So to see her just get online and I don't know what it was about that interview, bro. Just being real. I don't know. I felt like it was dumb. It was stupid as hell. She gave Melly the gun. I don't know. I don't know. I won't go that far and say she gave Melly the gun. But what I feel like is she like it, man, you got certain people, man. You gotta think about it like this, bro. That lady is young as fuck. So sometimes when you have a child at a young age, and I'm only speaking on things that I done been around based on the experience. I come from a small ass town in Mississippi where literally we got one stoplight. Population probably like 2,000 people where I'm from. So I've seen things on a small level where I'm able to kind of like look into stuff like this like man, simply put, where I'm from, motherfuckers have kids at young ages all the time. Well, you damn near it's hard for you to even raise your child the right way because you damn near like they friend. You be like you in love with your kid almost because you ain't even grown and mature and process shit. Like you had a child at 14, 15 years old before you even experience love or on a grown, intimate level, none of that shit. And then now you gotta raise this child and figure out like you fall in love with the child on a level that you can't even raise them and be a mama on. It's like, if I'm saying that correct. I'm trying not to sound fucked up. Like just go check out my video I did on that. Cause the way that how she act toward Melly, it's like they got this in love thing. And you see a lot of young parents be like that with their kids, where they don't see no wrong in them. Like they can everything they do is like they a saint. That's what I see with that lady. She was young as fuck. Young as hell when she had him. It's in the phone. It's in the phone proof where he texts her and he brought him God. Well, I know like a lot of the stuff that was going on leading up until Melly and that shit going on or whatever. She used to be going live and saying a lot of cryptic stuff about sack chase. And I had seen Cuff Boys, a video I just watched of his earlier where he was like, he don't believe that he said like this. He said, if anything led to the situation of Melly doing what he did to them guys, it was a misunderstanding on a money level. I kind of disagree. I feel like whatever Melly did was premeditated and it was on the strength of the love that he got for, I won't just say his mama, but anything tied to him outside of what was in that vehicle that night. The loyalty didn't lie with the niggas that was in the car. Whatever he did was out of love for the motherfuckers that in his head, in his ear, turning him and making him go against them niggas that he was around. Because in all honesty, I don't feel like Sack was wrong for like shit, bro. Kick in. Like, nigga, if I'm the one that, like, if I'm the brains of this shit and I'm trying, like, I always say, you gotta have some type of strategy when you come in or not. This is what things you gonna get this type of confusion. Like, Sack, I don't feel like to a certain degree, I only speak on the music stuff because people would look at a lot of things like their personal relationship and be like, well, he was sending news to the girlfriend. No, I'm just strictly talking about music. Pay that man what you owe him. Do right by a motherfucker that basically is like, if it went for him, it wouldn't be no you. I don't give a fuck who the most popular is still or who the fucking face of this shit. Just give me what belong to me. I don't think nothing wrong with that. I don't think nothing wrong with that at all. And if as a man you see something wrong and you can't do like square business on a level like that, then of course it'd be one or two things. Either your mama that got in your head or it's a bitch like one or two. Or you just make poor decisions. You ain't a righteous nigga at heart. You just a fucked up dude. So I know I'm all over the place, man. I be full of like adrenaline when I get on this shit because when I saw that, it just like I knew it. Like this FaceTime, I knew it. I know that FaceTime was real, bro. I know it. Couldn't nobody convince me when that shit first came out. And shit, whoever he was on FaceTime with, the girl, I feel like she goofy as fuck. I said that in my last video too, because man, if you know you got somebody with a high profile situation going on right now, this nigga on death row, he got all type of shit going. You wanted to be seen. That's still a form of clout chasing. That was still another form of clout chasing. What that girl did, whoever he was on FaceTime with, at that game, she wanted that shit to be seen like that. And I be feeling like stuff like that be so goofy because shit, even though I feel like this nigga did this shit, that's just my personal opinion. He's still innocent until proven guilty. And don't make shit hard on the motherfucker. Now I ain't gonna like get whatever phone or whatever he got going on back there, however that shit work. I can say he cooked for doing all that shit, but when you in jail, you get it how you live. So I can't necessarily just say him want to talk to a little bitch while he going through all that stuff is wrong. It's you who just was like out of pocket for just being at a damn Houston Rocket game with him just all out in the open like that. Just all man. But yeah, that's all I want to do. I'm just trying out live, man, to kind of just break myself in on this or whatever to give y'all more content, give y'all a different side of me, not to be so uptight in the videos and shit when I do them or whatever. Because I got personality too, and I don't want nobody to think I be being biased or trying to spin narratives and shit. Like, bro, I'm a real person. I'm a real person. I try to give my honest opinion. I try to be as straight up as I can with this. Not only this, but just anything that I cover, man. Because I feel like it don't be enough content creators who just call shit for what it is. Like even with me researching things lawfully and educating myself on certain things with this case, I still use my common sense and just call a spade a spade because it just like mix me with bullshit. Like he might get off due to this and that, or like Borland setting it up. Like I said, I think Borland just throw him the ultimate alley oop the way that he did that shit. But it still don't change the fact that when you look at the evidence from day one, from what Felicia Holmes did, Mariah, the statement that they gave to Detective Moretti, Jamie, Track, what's the damn boy, the Jacoby Mills, that like the first person that gave a statement in the interrogate, like that still don't change the fact that all of that stuff, what Fredo Bang did, it still it's some truth in that shit. But they like to say it ain't what you know, is what you can prove. So if they can't prove that Melly had all that shit going on, then it is what it is. But if you're a person with common sense, use your common sense, man. This nigga fried. But y'all be easy. Y'all have a good day. We like the live, bro. They're more interactive. I'll start going live more. I knew that shit was real. Timothy. How you say that? Cause I be saying Tim D, the barber. Is it just Tim the barber? Yeah, man, that shit was real, man. Can I tell you a sad story about my life? Oh man, I don't know, bro. I ain't on that type of time, dog. They said Jamie was yeah. Yeah, man. Y'all be easy. I'm gonna drop that video later tonight. I'm still editing it. But to show y'all again, the one that just coming in or whatever, tapping in. This right here is some new shit that was just filed today. And you see right here, that video FaceTime from a few months ago. If I'm right, this the video. This the FaceTime that they talking about, that video that went viral, and that shit was real. His girlfriend, mama gave a statement to Melly coming home tomorrow night. Shit, I don't know. We gotta wait and see. Oh yeah, Felicia Holmes was like one of the first people that gave a statement and went to Detective Moretti because shit, at that time, like looking at it back then, I feel like she was on the side of right and being the best parent that she could be. until motherfuckers start goddamn shit. You sure you want to go to the? I got something for you. I got something you might want to take over there to the Virgin Island with you, shit. And our whole statement just like that shit just went there. What man? She probably like one of the people who piss me off the most when she get on the stand and when you watch her long crime interview because you know everything coming out her mouth is a straight lie. Because you the very first person that went to Detective Moretti on the strength of your daughter and was ready to goddamn like put a nail in all this shit. So what happened? These folk gotta come find you. You damn near just like you don't want no parts of this stuff no more. Like that's fear or that's because you getting paid this hush money, or it's a little bit of both because now you in fear because you know you getting the hush money. Y'all get what I'm saying? I be looking at shit. I be like, man, nah, they played that shit chill, fam. What's up? So they gonna add on charges or use the phone as a way to give. No, this is the state trying to add that to further show why his ass don't need to get out. He need to be in there. So everything right here is basically a quick rundown of shit that's gonna get added, or they trying to add and bring up tomorrow to prove why he should still be behind bars until he bun. And man, you know what's crazy too? I thought about this. Y'all peep something. Melly been in jail going on 7 years. Melly been locked up ever since like 2019. The trial is set for January of next year, right? So give or take that, what, like 7, 8 months from now. Why go through all this and keep on fighting for bonds that keep getting denied when trial is right around the corner? I don't know. I might that might sound crazy. I don't like. Am I tripping when I say that? Because it's like, man, if you've been sitting in jail all this time and trial is in a few months, man, just sit your ass down somewhere and stop wasting these people's time and shit. So when I see stuff like this, it's like, man, if it didn't fly 2 or 3 years ago, or the first time you tried to get a bun, or the second time, or the third time, if nothing flew in, man, for sure, this shit right here tomorrow and bun and trial right around the corner is not gonna fly. That ain't gonna fly. I seriously couldn't stand her line there. Snoop Dogg, is that you? Hey, trolling don't fuck with me, bro. I get like love in real life, so when motherfuckers try to crack jokes, it don't bother me. You may just be playing or whatever the case, but I gotta say that I don't. Not a day, nigga. A day in jail feel like a month, so I get the bun. Yeah, that's why I say like I could be tripping. I'm just looking at time. You been there 7 years fighting to get a bun, trial, mistrial, like all. You got a lot of shit that's been going on in the last 7, 8 years. So if you'd have sat through all that shit, I feel like it's more so the court is taking a huge chance letting a person get out that close to trial when, okay, just like I just said, bro, earlier, if I know, I don't want to sound fucked up. If I got as much money as some of these rappers, bro, I'm doing the same thing Dirk was trying to do before Dirk got caught last year before last. I'm trying to, especially if I know I'm like, they got me dead to the right. I'm trying to find somewhere my millions can take me where I can put this shit behind me. What right or wrong, running away from it, cool. But if I got money to do that shit, I'm gone. So I feel like that close to trial and trying to get a bond now after all them motherfuckers been denied in the past and the last trial was a mistrial, you gotta know these folks like, bro, we ain't finna chance this nigga being no flight risk. And then the bond package that they bring tomorrow, the little stuff that they trying to add in and shit, I just don't feel like it's enough. It ain't strong enough. it might be the strongest that they got. And if that's all you got to work with, that mean these motherfuckers going broke. Cause they couldn't put up shit for collateral. What a houses, what a cars, what a real estate. I feel like that's what they should have been coming right now, not with no 24-hour security guard that willing to testify or the label willing to testify on your behalf. Like Cupboy said, I guess they trying to come in and basically say that you need to be out here working. Man, your ass ain't worked in 7 years. If they ain't got no money from here to the next 7 months, what are they losing? I'm just using common sense, bro. I ain't trying to say that like just jail ain't fucked up because I got people who been to jail. I've been to jail. I ain't did no time, but bro, I've been to jail. I've been processed. I'd have had to sit there. I know how that shit go. But to just be fighting it like this after they done deny all them other times and shit, trial right around the corner. I think I'd be so exhausted at this point. You see, he didn't show up last week when they had a hearing, and he lit everybody was trying to figure out what the hell going on with this dude. Like why he ain't showing up? Is he sick? Shit, is he goddamn just on one today? He on trying to pull another ride back up. Then come to find out, this state attorney from Florida, she pulled it up. He basically wrote on the paper like verbatim, I'm not going because I don't got to. Because I don't got to show up. That shit get exhausting. So to be in his shoes right now and to see all these motherfuckers all these other times these motherfuckers that turned down shit and this all y'all bring to work with. I don't give a damn if it is Drew Finley. I'll be like, shit, bro, you gotta come stronger than that, bro. You gotta come with that. That's all you bring. Then they sitting up here trying to look. I feel like they gonna try to throw Portland under the bus. I've been saying this since like probably my third or fourth video on this when I started noticing how doing trial they tried to take Melly all the way out of the situation completely and discredit a lot of the stuff Borland said. Like Borland pretty much like he made the story up, he lied, but he lied on the strength of covering up some shit he did. I'm like, nah, that not only they trying to take Melly out of the car, they trying to make it seem like Borland the one did this shit. So I feel like that's kind of what Drew Finley is going with this. Oh, like the narrative that he trying to paint. Just go look at the stuff from yesterday, my video I did yesterday. I'm talking about a lot of like just the emotion and stuff. Like the way that he breaking down shit, how he looking at the stuff going on with Borland. They trying to really, I think, make it seem like Melly didn't do this shit at all. It was Borland the whole time. And since Borland and already took his charges, his time for his charge, he done already pled guilty and all that stuff like that. I mean, shit. If you can't place him in the car, you know, that's gonna be wild if that man get off like that. That's gonna be crazy. That blew my mind just thinking about that. Damn. Oh man, the narrative they painted first trial. If I had that money, I wouldn't even be in that jail. Dirk was a damn fool. Man, all them boys be damn fool. Hello. What's up, actual treasure? Read some of these comments. Why you think Sack family ain't speaking out? I think Sack family ain't speaking out, man, because you got people who just like certain families, man. When you not, so I feel like Spoon started advocating for Juvie because it's just in him to be like that, regardless of what the situation is. Like if he writing on some shit, it can be a situation at work. It can be something where one of his homeboys got him fucked up. I feel like he just one of them person that he gonna go all the way. Like he wear his emotions on his sleeve. But Sack family might not be like that. They may be people where it's kind of like a behind the scene perspective. Man, I don't doubt that these folks don't see. Like, bro, I'm small, but I guarantee you, Spoon see my video. So if Spoon watch my videos, if it's something that I say that makes sense or somebody can have a conversation on where it's like, you see what the fuck I'm talking, you see this shit what he said in this video right here, they probably had a conversation like that where like ain't motherfuckers ain't finna just run to no internet because the internet get goofy and this is real, bro. This is real. This ain't like a 6ix9ine situation or just did all the like, bro. These folk want real justice because they feel like in their heart, this man real deal killed they boys. So it's not no YSL situation, like, just the goofy shit that be going on in Atlanta, like a rat campaign. It ain't no 6ix9ine shit like that. They're different, man. And I feel like that's why it kind of just be fucking me up when I break it down and think about it, because if you think about the potential that Melly had leading up into this, it ain't no doubt in my mind that this boy probably gonna be one of the biggest artists of this generation. So when you see a continued pattern of the stuff that's going on with Dirt, how all the whole Chicago done died off. The shit going on in Florida now, not only with Melly shit, but look at the stuff in Jacksonville with the Julio Fulio and Young and Nation. I like, man, it be fucking me up with this shit because you got people who real deal sit around and be hoping and wishing and praying that like God can just bless them with an opportunity to change their family. Like, I ain't even gotta be a famous motherfucker. That's what people be feeling. I don't even want fame. I just want opportunity. And these guys be getting the best of both worlds. And y'all die before you able to break a generational cycle, or you die once. I mean, you die once you break this generational cycle, so you can't even reap the benefit. But it's not never nothing where it's unfortunate where you be like, damn, that's fucked up. I don't be feeling bad for these guys no more. I be hurt, man. I be more hurt and disappointed in the way that they were raised, because I think that's just the southern part in me too, like being from the South and shit. Like, bro, I come from love. Like my southern hospitality takes me far in life, where people, places I've been, or the states, work environments and stuff like that, just around people who hadn't been where I'm from, it's easy for them to understand and like commend me for my respect and be like, bro, I could tell you were raised different. Like, or when I tell people my age, it kind of throw them off. Like, damn, you that old? I don't look that old. And then the way that I carry myself, it's like, man, I'm different based on how I was raised. Like, I grew up in all this cheap keep shit. I grew up in all this cheap keep shit. 50 Cent. And I always say this: when I was young, when I was legit, to put into perspective how old I am, when I was young, 50 Cent to me couldn't do no wrong. Give It to Die Trying came out. My mama literally brought this album to me to school when it came out. I had all this dude mixtape. I had underground mixtapes and stuff that like people in my class, people like around me, my friends didn't even know about. That's just how in tune. I literally thought that it was cool to walk around with a gun. This gonna fuck you up even more. The young me not understanding what I'm looking at, just being influenced by stupid shit. Nigga growing up just want to see what it feel like to get shot one time. Because the way that he portrayed himself, to push his music, his persona, all that stuff, in the way that they glorified the bulletproof vest every time he did a show. He walking around with Gucci holsters on the front cover of his album and stuff like that. He got like, man, to me, a young nigga being young the way I was, that shit was like magnificent to me. Not knowing no better. So when I grow up and now know older, and you just see the young generation behind the NBA young boys or the Chief Keef and stuff, I always say I'm glad Chief Keef was able to change and just like do something different, because he was gonna either die or go to jail. Jail saved her. Before long, the chicken was gonna come home to roost. Jail saved him. Just like moving out of Chicago is what saved Chief Keef, but it really ain't no glory in that shit. How you come in is how you gonna leave if you don't change something. And the young generation need to realize and understand that too. Like I said all to say this, in closing, be careful who you get behind. It's to like the older people in here. If you got kids, nieces, nephews, brothers, or whatever, man, y'all be mindful of who y'all let your kids get behind and who you let your kids follow and watch. And just be influenced by, inspired by. Because I can show you a TikTok video right now on my TikTok that's at 2 million views, where this video explains basically how it ain't no way in the hell you can tell me Melly didn't do this shit. But you know what everybody in the comments is saying? Man, free him, bro. Man, free Twin. Man, I love him. Free him. Man, I even saw one comment say some shit like that. Like, I understand that he might have shot his friends and killed them over some petty money or whatever the case. But man, everybody deserves a second chance. And his music is so damn good. Like I said in my video I posted the other day when I brought that up, because I brought that up in my video the other day. That's when somebody behind you, somebody standing behind you, and they see you recording it, and that's your real opinion, and they just hit your shit, just knock you the fuck out, or just slap the fuck out of you. Because what you mean? Like, think about it. That was your little brother, that was your cousin, that was your uncle, somebody like that, that was in the back seat of that car, was sleep in the front. How Sack was, would you care how talented they was, or how good they music sound, to want them free after some bullshit like that? Or would you say lock them up and throw away the key, especially with this shit pile of evidence they got on? See, I gotta go now because I be about to get a little upset, be about to get mad. But yeah, man, y'all be easy. I'm gonna read two more and then I'm gonna get out of here. If Melly beat this, he gonna be the biggest, but he ain't beating this game. Yo, I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna leave. I agree, because we live in a time now, in an era where you get clout based off of the bullshit you do. Especially with rappers are so motherfucking fake. So he gonna get out and get embraced by every rapper in the game, especially a motherfucker like Boosie, all because of the charges, and he was able to beat it. Whether he did it or not. Now, like I said, I feel like you got a crowd of rappers in the industry. Like, think about this. Kendrick Lamar said on his song, on that Euphoria, I pray they my friends, because if they not, I'm YNW Melly. That's not a motherfucker saying that they believe Melly didn't do some shit. That's a person, a rapper, who really kind of feel or believe based on what they done seen on their phone, just scrolling and ain't doing shit. Like, nah, that nigga sick. Now, why that little nigga did that shit? But you got certain rappers like Boosie, or a person like Meek Mill, who they glorify that type of shit. They ain't looking at the family. That's why I started coming in with my video. Like, man, I wonder how the family feel. I led with content just on putting yourself in the family's shoes from the family side. Because we be so quick to scream and yell free these people based on talent and the potential that they got. But man, these families still be sitting around here left to pick up the pieces, or figure out how the fuck they gonna get money to bury these people sometimes. But the label still feeding into the artist. Rappers still feeding into the artist. They like Melly gonna have the biggest chain when he come out, the biggest song, biggest features, every content creator. And we living in a streaming world now. Like, if this dude was to beat this shit next year, bro, with all these streamers, DDG, fucking Platboy Mac, you might even see Castanet come from trying to be on this Virgil mountain that he on, thinking he Kanye West 2.0, and try to bring him on his shit. They gonna eat that up. And that's just gonna be a bag just waiting on him. But nobody's gonna sit back and just be like, damn, we ain't know, just thought to like interview one of the victim families, or then like reach out to them or no shit like that. I'm pretty sure somebody right now could reach out to Spoon or reach out to Sack people. Them people be on Facebook and shit like that, man. You can find these people. I got all them folk Facebooks and shit. I be seeing everything. They ain't hard to find. And I'm pretty sure it would make their day for somebody to have a platform that's able to shed light on their situation and bring some type of awareness to it, when they don't got a voice big enough to kind of like be vocal for their own self. So that's just that I said all that to say this. I'm gonna stick with what I'm doing over here, it's been hard for me to do other content because I'm so invested in this Melly stuff. But I got a David video I'm working on too, man, where it's just like protect your kids at all costs, because I feel like this was and I don't want to rub nobody wrong, so this not to say nothing disrespectful if you're a different race other than mine, but I feel like David found some Mexicans in need of some money, and they used their daughter as a sacrificial lamb to stay out here in the world under the radar with all this ice shit going on. That's just how I feel. But I'm about to get out of here, man, because I got this video I want to do. I'm gonna upload, try to get it done before 7:45 now. I'm trying to get it done at least by 9. I like to drop random to just keep y'all on y'all toes and stuff. So I was gonna start doing like a 3, 6, 9 drop. Or I ask y'all, like, if you prefer me to drop at 3, 6, or 9, just drop it in the comments real quick. What time y'all prefer me to drop? Because I try to just do it out of the blue, like random, to just get that random notification. That's all I like to drop. But if it's convenient for y'all for me to drop at 3 in the evening, 6 in the evening, or 9 at night, I'll start doing better by that. But this one right here, I'm gonna try to get off at least by 9:30, 10 o'clock. Now, y'all stay safe. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a good day, man. If I was all over the place, I don't got nothing written out, no bulletin or nothing. So everything be off the top of the head. If I get a little stagnant in my thoughts, start stumbling over words, that's why. But I'm passionate with what I do. At least that's how I feel. Like I try to get a best response, and yeah, that's it. Y'all have a good night.